Joanne,
Cory.
have you seen February this month? Because damn, it flew by.
It flew by. Exact opposite of January.
And there's like an extra day in this month. It's a leap year.
Oh, it is. Happy birthday to all the leap year babies.
Yeah, seriously. I think they're like 8 now or something. Depending on how old you are.
Depending what leap year they were born.
Welcome to Extra Legroom. The travel-related podcast? I don't know. Listen, we had an episode recently. I don't even know if it's going to make
the cut.
We're being a lot more selective for some reason. Because we feel like it's too much doom and gloom. It's just... Or it's not travel-related enough. So we're travel-related.
Travel-related. Yeah, that one was a lot of karaoke and Corona.
Listen, Corona, I think, is inevitable as a subject topic, and people are probably tuning in to get their Corona update. So let's make it quick.
Okay.
Let's just try and make a quick Corona update here, okay? COVID-19.
Isn't it like 17,000 deaths already?
17,000 deaths?
7,680. Oh, what did I say?
Where'd you get this?
Am I allowed to say the news?
No, for sure, but where'd you get it?
CP24.
It said there was how many deaths?
17,680, I believe, was the number I saw this morning. And I think it was in Italy. They had just over 100 new cases in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, no, it's blowing up. And I think that's why... Oh, sorry, hold on a second. I'm being interrupted while I'm trying to do a show here. I'm going to pause this for a moment. The opinions expressed do not represent that of Promenade Travel Agency or any of its suppliers, affiliates, or even the furniture. So, I guess we got to talk a little doom and gloom. We don't really have that choice because it's really affecting the industry. Do you know the other day I came to work and there was tumbleweed?
I believe it.
Yeah.
Thank God for Toonie Tuesday pretzels. Otherwise, the mall would just be empty.
So, you want to know when it's when it's scary? I'll tell you when it's scary. When Donald Trump says, we're going to devote $12.5 billion to fighting coronavirus. That is when it starts to get really scary. And can I tell you another thing? You guys may or may not know or what have you. I don't really believe the numbers. I feel like the numbers are being underplayed. But I do know that yesterday, Mitchell actually sent me something that said to start that basically a pandemic is unavoidable. Eventually, it will be something that is affecting the world just because of how small it is today. When you have countries that are not prepared or ill prepared or not doing the testing or what have you, and then all of a sudden you have like 30 cases overnight, that's when you realize that, okay, we don't really have this in control. It's not really contained. China is doing a better job containing this. From what I understand and what's being told to me is
better job than who? Like the rest of the world?
I guess so. I know it's rampant and all of that, but like right now they're doing a better job than, let's say, Iran. Iran, they've got like 12 deaths, which are, I don't know if confirmed or unconfirmed or what have you. It's a little bit difficult to get accurate information from some countries, or because not all of these countries are transparent, including China. So I feel like those numbers are completely underplayed. But the total number of infected on a day-to-day, like new cases, are steadily declining. So that's good.
Positive.
There's the positive. Here's the negative. Places like United Arab Emirates and places like Iran and even Iraq, okay? They've gotten new cases.
Italy.
Italy is pretty bad. How many cases? Over 100 in Italy?
In 24 hours.
In 24 hours. Hey, Zeus. That's a lot. That's a lot in a short period of time. And this is primarily affecting northern Italy. Now, big cruise port in Milan, or actually Venice and Rome, but a huge airport, right?
Yeah.
Everyone goes into Milan.
Fiumicino. Oh, I thought you were talking about Rome still.
And no, people are going in and out of Rome as well, right?
Yeah.
And you got to be careful. So I feel like people's hesitation, right, in the last month and a half of not doing bookings, right? Imagine you were on the fence and you were like, should we go to Italy? Should we do this cruise? I've always wanted to go, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just wait. Let's wait a little bit and see what happens, because this is crazy what's going on in China, right? Okay, a month goes by and now it's in Italy.
Yeah.
And they're closing stuff down. They're like some
Canceling
northern
events.
cities are when I see some footage, it's like it's desolate. They're canceling events. They're canceling. Could they do that? I thought this was absolutely illegal. I thought this was like you go to jail for even proposing such a thing. But they did cancel a soccer game. What? Serie A. I don't know who was playing, but they canceled it.
I think wasn't it Milan and Sampdoria? I think.
Sounds right to me.
I think.
But it's that's not a normal thing.
No, and this is supposed to be busy season for us with Europe and Asia.
Yeah, but we're doing a podcast.
This is supposed to be our busy season. And this year, on top of just the regular busyness, it is also Euro Cup. We should be run off our feet busy right now.
Japan, we should be selling a lot of Japan right now because the Olympics are going to be there. And they're on the fence about, are they going through with the Olympics? Are they not? Right? Okay.
Yep.
At the end of the day, what you need to know is the Canadian government came up with something, okay? And this was out of Ottawa. And I don't have the article here, but Mitchell did show it to me. And the reason why he showed it to me is because they said it's inevitable that it will be coming to Canada. Right now it's contained. We have 11 cases, right?
There have been more deaths in China than confirmed cases in all of Canada.
Yes.
So does that sound fishy to you, that maybe we don't have?
No, it's contained, and we're doing a good job. We're doing a good job. I think we learned from SARS as well, okay, because that did affect us quite a bit. I think out of I forget how many people died, and I apologize. I think it was 18. Was it 800? I think it could have been 800. Yeah, 800 some odd cases. No, 800 some odd deaths, and 40 of those deaths were in Canada. Okay.
Didn't SARS happen when it was a nicer season outside? It's winter. We're in Canada. People hibernate pretty much in the winter. I think that's our saving grace.
I don't know. It's also I don't remember. I do remember it affected us way into the summer, but it was more spring-like because they had the SARS concert after, right?
Yeah.
So we have to have, for those that are not in Toronto and that are listening to us abroad. First of all, thank you. Second of all, we had to have a fucking concert, okay, to let the world know that everything was okay, because some American journalist was in downtown Toronto and took a picture of someone wearing a mask, and that was it. Toronto was off limits to the States and the rest of the world. So obviously it wasn't as rampant as was being reported, right? This is a bit of that fake news thing going on, right? That we had to have a concert. The Rolling Stones were here, AC/DC, Justin Bieber was here, and they all performed a free concert. There was I don't know how many thousands of people. I think there was 30, 40,000 people that went to this concert, this free concert, just to let the world know that it's all right. So I think that has prepared us a little bit, but we really gotta see what's going on when you have like cases in Iran and in Italy where you have like 25 new cases that come up overnight, and 100 new cases here and this and that. That's a problem. It's too much. It's too much too quickly. This is why we had this huge discussion the other day. Joanne, Mitch, and I were like, "Hey, are we doing what we want to be doing here? Is the podcast good? Do we like it? Are we, is it fun? Are we teaching people stuff? Are we, or is it just doom and gloom?" And I think we were sort of down on ourselves a little bit yesterday. Like, it's not as fun.
Yep.
It's like when we're always talking about people dying and getting sick and like quarantine that
Be
and
scared.
like, it's not about, well, listen, I think it's not about being scared. It's that people are scared. And it's a reflection of what's going on in the industry, and it's all over. It's not just us.
Yeah.
It's not like all of a sudden we became slow, right? But we have to talk about it. I mean, we have to. We don't have a choice. It is affecting when we got it. This is extra, right? It's the extra portion of it. But you want to know something? There was your COVID-19 update. At the end of the day, the Caribbean is still good for the most part.
Apparently Canada's good. Come travel to Canada.
Canada's good, but they're trying to track like the whereabouts of the activities that were that the Iranian lady who came from Tehran off a flight, and she went to the doctor. She actually, I think she did stuff right. Like she went to the doctor and was like, "Hey, I'm sick." And they asked her a whole bunch of questions, and she said, "Yeah, I just came from Iran and all of that." And at the time, it wasn't like Iran was like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. As long as it's not China, and you're okay," right? Yeah. No, it's not the case. It's not the case. So basically, the doctor sent her home, and then 2 or 3 days later, she went back to the hospital, more sick. And then they decided to test her, and were like, "Holy shit, she's got coronavirus."
So do you think that the testing will be more mainstream now that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think yesterday, the last of the quarantined Canadians from Wuhan were just released from CFB Trenton.
Oh.
So now if everybody is out of quarantine, anyone who came from Wuhan...
Well, there's also the Diamond Princess quarantine.
Yeah.
So those guys are going through it. And I don't know where they are. I'm not sure if they're at the same base or what have you. But they're good to go. But the problem is when little things slip through the cracks, right? It's actually a really, really big thing. So I mentioned this a couple times. I don't know if you've heard, but 23 people off the Diamond Princess actually were let off the ship without being tested. So
I expected that number to be bigger. I know 23 is already too many.
People. They had a ship where they had everyone accounted for. How does anyone get let off that ship without being tested? Quarantine's done. Sorry, but you know what, guys? Listen, 23 people. You guys have to sit back because you haven't been tested.
But we don't know if it was staff, crew, if it was
Doesn't matter
guests.
who it was.
Oh, it's a Michelina.
Look at Mitchell.
Look how happy he is to be
welcome,
here.
Mitchell. Good
Happy
morning,
hump day, Mitchell.
Michelina.
Michelina.
His face.
So happy to see us. I cried today because you weren't here.
It looked like you stepped in some shit on the way here. That's how scowl.
So you know what it would be like? You know how some people, they try and put a positive spin and they're like, "Oh, wow, you got an extra 2 weeks on a cruise. Wow, extended vacation."
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we were here in the mall? And I love coming into work, love hanging out with you guys. But can you imagine if at the end of the day, all of a sudden, sirens started going and everybody stay exactly where you are right this second, and our doors were locked? And for an hour and a half a day, we were allowed to step out of our shop doors into the hallway of the mall, go maybe do a pee-pee or something, and then have to come right back. And you had to spend how long was it? 2 weeks they were on there for
Yeah,
extra?
yeah.
You were locked up here with us and the happy Michelina for 2 extra weeks in these little walls.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't go out for that hour and a half. I wonder if there were some passengers on the cruise that were like, hey, this is getting worse, right? I'm not doing this hour and a half walk. What am I, a dog? You want to get some exercise? Do some push-ups. Do some jumping jacks.
Would you have trusted the food that was being delivered to you?
I wouldn't.
To your cabin?
Honestly, I wouldn't have trusted shit on that cruise line. But I'm not a big cruiser to begin with because of things like this. You told me, I was almost there because you told me when you came back from your cruise how everything was. You went on the Carnival cruise. You went on the Carnival Horizon last year, which was a new ship, right?
Yep, brand spanking new when we got on.
So it was already clean to begin with.
Yes.
Because it was new.
Yes.
And then you boasted about how they disinfect this and that, and they are you
are constantly passing somebody cleaning, and they had a hand washing station. That is just genius. Hand washing station.
I think that's a by law thing.
No, because not all ships have the hand. No, it looks like 2 little washing machines. You put your hands in, and it starts spinning, and it sprays you with warm water and Purell, and it dries you. It was phenomenal.
Really? What if you stuck something else in there other than your hands? Because
it becomes a hair washing station.
Oh, no, I wasn't getting
foot washing station. I know where you were going. I was trying to make it PG, not E for everyone.
Not Mitchell? Everyone. E for explicit.
Mitchell, me, you, and Henry are wearing matchy sweaters. Aww.
Mitchell looks so impressed
that
right
was
now.
His middle finger.
Yeah, to raise his glasses up a little bit. Krusty Mitch. Brought to you by Krusty Mitchell. When you're feeling like shit, it's a Mitch.
Life's a Mitch.
All right. Okay, so enough doom and gloom. We're done? We're done with that extra?
No doom and gloom.
Okay, but Mitchell, you know what? Perfect timing. Because he did show me an article that was out of Ottawa, right?
Is it doom and gloom?
No, it was a little. It was like basically, guys, Canadians start preparing for the arrival of coronavirus. Okay, yes, I know there's been 11 cases and whatever, but because of these little things of like this Iranian lady who they're trying to track her movements for the last 3 days, not bowel movements, her actual physical movements, right? They want to see where she's been, who she's been in contact with, and all of that. It slipped through the cracks, right? And it's going to be, we have a big, like, have you been to Richmond Hill? Are? There's a big Persian community there, Baba Jun. So, it's a matter of time before it gets out of hand. And basically, this article was saying, you guys might want to prepare with things like buying non-perishable items.
Yeah.
Mitchell bought non-perishable items how long ago?
He's ignoring us. What the poop, Mitchell?
You bought non-perishable items how long ago, Mitch? As soon as the news broke, you see, preparedness, right? You never know what's going to happen. He saw the news. He's like, oh, this is a major hub city. So he went out before they start raising the prices on these non-perishable items. So I don't know. Listen, they're non-perishable. You'll eventually use them, but you guys may want to stock up.
So what would you include in your bomb shelter care package?
Wow, bomb shelter, doomsday.
Yes. What do you have, Mitchell? Case of water?
A bunch of non-perishables.
Wow.
Do you have like Tylenol, Advil?
No.
Do you have an extra phone charger plug to...
Nope.
Am I giving you some ideas, Mitchell?
No, Mitch is not interested. So, my items really are going to be things that I'm going to enjoy to eat. I don't know, chickpeas. What's wrong with chickpeas?
I like chickpeas.
Lots of protein and stuff like that. No, honestly, like I'm looking at things that me and my kids are going to eat, and I'm stocking up on Purell. There's a couple of closures in the mall here. There's some places that are closing, and actually I've gone up to them and said, hey, before you guys leave, do me a favor. Drop off your Purells to me.
Smart.
But they're not terribly expensive. I mean, we can go to the dollar store and get some stuff.
You can if they still have any.
Yeah, that's the thing.
People are selling out. Purell face masks are a hot commodity.
I know. I think I saw actually, it was funny. Well, not really funny, but there was this corona virus or corona conference that they were having in China. And it was like a long table discussion that was televised. And literally they had like 8 people on one side, 8 people on the other side, and they had 3 hosts. Everyone except the hosts were in masks.
Wow.
Yeah, so first of all, talking about being like left out or feeling left out as a host, they're a host. They're like, no, we don't want to cover our face. We're on TV, blah, blah, blah. One of these things are not like the other. Everyone else is wearing a mask and we're not. And they work in hospitals and stuff like that. What?
No, I have a side note about the masks.
Please, go for it.
Because, like, maybe it's a vanity thing, and the hosts are like, no, I want my face out there. I want people to see. I want more jobs. So, because of the times we live in...
Blowjobs. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Can't do that with a mask.
If you cut a hole.
Because of the times we live in, people's phones get unlocked with face recognition.
Yeah.
So apparently while people are out and they're like pulling their mask down and holding the phone up.
Oh, no.
And they're saying like that's just making it completely useless. Why are you wearing a mask if you're going to pull it down and touch your face?
Well, here's the thing.
So hold on. There's actually a company who is now printing your face on the mask so that you have the mask on, but people still see your face and you can hold your phone up and the phone will recognize the mask as you.
Wow. I don't know if that's brilliant or not. That's creepy. It's weird that they're even thinking of this stuff. But the other weird part is, just to go back to this China conference thing that I saw televised, right?
Yes.
So it was like a panel thing, and everyone's dressed up nicely, and they're doctors and whatever, I guess. And it was in Chinese. Or Mandarin or something that I didn't understand. But what I noticed that was in front of everyone that was at the table was a glass of water. So what if you start with a coughing attack or something like that, and you got to drink that water, and you're televised in a mask and all of that? What do? Do you like secretly lift up your mask a little bit and take a little? Do you get is it better?
Maybe a straw?
Is
you
it
just
better
kind of
to get
slide a straw up the side of your mask.
I don't know.
Maybe we could invent masks that have a little straw already attached. So you can just kind of like walk around and plop your straw in, take a sip.
Whoa.
Your face and a straw popping out.
Well, there's tons of places I can go with that I won't. We're going to keep it E for everyone. Okay, so it is a droplet spread virus, which means someone literally has to like be spitting when they're talking or coughing or sneezing, and then you have to come in contact with that and touch your eye, touch your nose, inhale it or something like that. But it's not airborne. It's not airborne. So it's not
going
like
to go through the ventilation systems, or we're good there.
I guess so. However, how did it spread so much on the ship? On that Diamond Princess? So there's some issues.
Using the same utensils, maybe? Cups?
I don't know.
Before they were trying to contain it? Like it was already being shared around?
Here's the other thing, is that you can exhibit absolutely no signs, right? No fever, no signs. Yeah, completely healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And be a carrier of the virus and infect like other people.
Hot potato, pass it on.
Hey, Zeus. So I guess bear that in mind. Should we be wearing rubber gloves as well and all of this? Like, I don't know. But that's enough doom and gloom. We're going to talk a little bit about your favorite vacation, Joanne.
Mine?
Yeah, where's the destination that, or maybe the trip, maybe you've been to this destination multiple times, but it was just this particular trip with maybe a special someone.
You know what? I honestly, so I have 3. The Horizon, my first cruise, and I was blown away by the trip. Was so much more than what I expected. Our trip to beaches, Sandals and beaches, their customer service can't be beat. We also did a family trip when my grandparents sold their house. Instead of leaving money in a will, they gave it to us before so that they could see us enjoy it. So my parents took all of us, myself, my ex-husband, 2 kids at the time, my brother, his wife, they had 1 at the time, and then my other 2 younger brothers, and we all did Disney for a week. And we rented a big house, and we all lived together in this house. And
Whatever
like,
you do, it's
different
got to be a
reasons.
full house.
Always, always. Yesterday, 2 of my younger brothers work for the same company, and they both have an interview at another company.
An interview
so
at the same company?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So they decided they were going to go out for coffee and prepare for this interview.
Yeah.
And somehow it turned into, well, if we're going to go out for coffee instead of Tim's, let's go to McDonald's. Okay, so then I'll bring my wife and 3 kids. And then it became, well, then my parents said, well, then we're going to come too. And then my third brother said, well, if you guys are meeting halfway is my house. So it literally was like a family reunion last night. And because we weren't there, my mom and my niece FaceTimed us. Literally 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night last night. And we're all FaceTiming because the whole family was just all together.
Did you feel left
always.
out?
I did. I told my sister-in-law, thanks a lot for my invite. I just drove past where you guys are right now. But I was in bed like 10 minutes later.
They didn't know.
They didn't. No. They know Tuesdays is my late night to work.
Right.
So that's why they FaceTimed instead. But we are always all together.
Well, that's nice. I like
We're
those
the Brady
stories.
Bunch.
I like those stories because I know of a lot of people that have big families and they don't talk to like half their families.
We like each other.
And that sucks. And you know what? You can't like everyone. But your family's your family. Sometimes you got to just deal with it. I guess I should take my own advice sometimes.
So what was your favorite vacation and why?
My favorite vacation was just my wife and I. We went to Mexico, and we had a room with a jacuzzi on the balcony.
Yeah.
It was like a really big jacuzzi, and we made use of it. And that's why it's one of my favorite vacations. And now whenever I go away, I always try and find the place that has a jacuzzi on the balcony, although it's absolutely pointless with kids.
No, not necessarily.
100%.
Okay, for certain purposes, yes, but
No. I'm only talking about the certain purposes. I'm not talking about, I just love to take a jacuzzi on the balcony. No, I like that, we take a little nighttime jacuzzi and all of that jazz, splish, splash,
So when we went to Sandals, we had
You had your own pool.
We did. So our first room was a butler suite, but we shared it with 2 other rooms. So it was, a pretty public pool, but for a top 6 people. Good.
Hold on, you shared that pool with 2 other rooms.
Yeah, because it's like it's like a 2-story house. The bottom floor was our entire room.
This is Sandals or hedonism?
Sandals.
Okay, sorry.
Ocho Rios.
Yep.
And then upstairs was 2 other rooms, a bit smaller without butler service, but so the 3 of us, 3 rooms, shared 1 pool and deck area. Beautiful. We ended up getting upgraded to the Romeo and Juliet suite.
Ooh.
Phenomenal suite. Looks like you're walking into a house. The center of the house is just all open. One end is like the bedroom, bathroom. The other side, there's a little living room, kitchenette. And in the middle is your own pool and your own hot tub.
Ooh.
Walls all around, so nobody can see, but it's open above, so you're getting sun.
Did you make use
Phenomenal.
of it?
So I was so excited. And then Johnny, being the germaphobe, looks in and said, how many other people have made use of that hot tub?
Yeah.
So let's not go there.
So you didn't make use of it? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You're like, whatever, throw in some bubbles, it'll be all right.
Purell shower after. We're all good.
A Purell shower.
We're all
So you
good.
did make use of it?
We did. We went in the pool and the hot tub. We did.
How many times?
Well, it was only at the end of our trip because we got hit by the hurricane.
Right.
So our room got moved. So it was literally the last 2 days, 1 night. And it was
Hold
after
on.
a hurricane.
You made use of it 2 days and 1 night, or you made use of it?
That's all that we had that room for.
Oh, I see.
Yes, we didn't have much time to make use of it.
Yeah.
But we did make sure we
And was it romantic
took a
in
dip.
there?
It was very, very romantic.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so
It
nice.
was nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely recommend Sandals.
See, I'm just trying to get that back. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, that was our honeymoon. I don't think you can
I know
ever
you can't.
get
You
it back.
can't. But I'm trying to. One day,
South Africa.
maybe. Listen, there's some glamping.
Yep.
It's really, really nice glamping. So I'm going with G Adventures, right? And we're doing South Africa. We're going into Johannesburg. We're going into Cape Town. We're doing Kruger National Park, and then we're doing an extension that is doing Victoria Falls as well, which is in Zimbabwe. Very, very cool. Okay. And a part of this itinerary is some glamping. And so what's glamping, Joe? Because you've taught me this recently because I'm not with it.
Glamorous camping. So basically, you're still in a tent, but it's more of a permanent fixture. There are beds that are up off of the ground.
Right. So right away when people heard tent, they were like, what? No, that's not for me. But this is like basically it's a fabric house with mosquito netting around it.
Yep.
And like a very luxurious hotel room inside of it.
Very. But still private, but you're in nature.
Right.
Oh, what was that Adam Sandler movie? They stayed in one, so you can actually get a visual of
Blended
it.
or something?
Yes,
like that?
Blended.
Yeah.
In Africa.
Nice one.
Love Adam Sandler.
That's gonna be. I really hope on making use of all of that shit. Like basically, it's a tour with other travel agents as well. Okay.
Yep.
And I want to get the reputation of like these guys made the most monkey noises. Yep.
Did you guys hear that attack last night? It must have been some crazy wild animals. And there's Cory smiling in the corner.
Yep. No. That was us. Sorry about that, guys. Yep. That's what I'm looking forward to. Is it always sexually related with guys? Probably.
I think so.
I think so.
Poop or sex?
I was going to sometimes. Anyways,
Nope.
I'll leave it. All right. Well, on that note, it's been travel related. We've been open for about 24 minutes now. Well, we'll see about maybe doing another little bit of a podcast. We'll see how Mitchell's feeling. Mitchell's here, but he's not. He's busy right now.
He is serious right now.
He is serious.
Oh,
Well,
that's the middle finger again.
Always the middle finger. I don't know if it's subconscious or conscious. Okay.
He loves us.
Yeah. Sometimes. Well, listen, when you guys are choosing a seat, please make sure it's the one with extra legroom. Thank you. We'll see you next time. What's the name of the show again?
I believe we went with extra legroom.
Yes, we sure did. And we're not changing it for anybody. I love the name.
I love it.
If you
So
like the name,
comfy.
hey, feel free to Instagram. What's our handle? Is that the term?
Extra legroom podcast on Instagram.
There you go. You
Yeah,
can-
and if there's anything, people don't want to hear doom and gloom, but they're like, hey, let's talk about.
Hey, no worries. We'll take
Feel free.
We'll take topics. We'll take questions or something like that. Maybe you have a question for Joanne or Mitch or something like that. Or if, I mean, maybe you have a question for me.
Or brighten our day. Tell us something good.
Yeah, tell us something that isn't doom and gloom. And travel, please. See you next time.